Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I was in here doing some work and listening to Bear Rose Live, and we got to talking about anvils, and it made me want to bust out mine. I had them put away and had to clean off all the cobwebs and dust. And, well, I have them out. We're going to do a little video on them. One of the guys on the live suggested that I do it. I thought, yeah, it's a good idea. Let's do it. So let's do it. So the anvils I wanted to show you and talk to you about are solid steel anvils. My other videos is about the pipe anvils. Now we're going to go over the solid steel ones. Now, like I said before, I'm not a professional, but I am a professional hobbyist, and I'll show you what I use these for. I'll even show you one of my tips or slash trick to help me do a better job when it comes to shaping the metal on these things. So let's get started. This here is a piece of railroad track. It was given to me by somebody. I don't remember who it was now. A long time ago. But this one's good for making flat shapes as long as you're using the center, and it has a little bit of a rounded edge here on both sides that you can make that onto metal, transfer that onto metal I should say, as well as a flat piece here. So you can get this shape on metal. Now this one was given to me by a person I known for a while now. It is an elevator shaft piece. Flip it over, and that's, you can see this is the track where the elevator ran up and down. This one is great for making, it's a, let's see, 9/16 thickness across here. So if you wanted to make a piece of metal that was a 9/16 shape like this, and this is perfect for it. It also, even though it looks flat on the top, as I sanded it down here so you can see I have the shiny right there, that means this is low where the black is. So you can't bank on it being a totally flat piece. It has a sharp edge right here that you can make, transfer to metal. I shouldn't say make, to transfer the pattern, the form to metal. So let's see, let's do this one first. I'll put this up. And this is one of the tricks I like, because the metal has a tendency of bouncing around, especially if you're using a big piece overlapped like this. So let's pretend like we measured a line here that we're going for. I haven't. I would mark it off, but I didn't this time. And we're going to pretend that our line is on track here. Let me get these clamps down. This is the tip trick that I wanted to point out to everybody. The metal moves around a lot, especially when you're hammering it. It'll bounce around and move on you. I like using these little C clamps. Use me for spectacular camera work here. But I like using these little C clamps to help hold my metal down. So once again, we're going to assume that I have a line across here and I lined up. And then you can just, I like to work it across a little bit at a time. I don't try to knock it straight down and work straight down all the way across. I like to work the metal little pieces at a time, or little movement at a time, until I get to where I want. I try not to get little whoopie valleys going on, because that means no good to my opinion. Now I get a lot better result instead of hammering straight on, which I catch myself doing a lot. But I do get a better result by doing let's see how I can do this for camera, a circular hit. Let's say you're like this. Some cases straight on is the answer, regardless. But I have noticed when I do a circular hit motion, the metal moves a lot easier. Alright, so let's take this out. Come on now, get off there. And we have that lip we're looking for. Nice sharp lip, well, not sharp, but nice lip. With a little bit of a rounded edge right there. So if that's the pattern or the piece that we wanted to make, we're on track. Now, let's see if, let's say rather, we wanted to do this 9/16 lip. What we're going for is making this shape right here onto this piece of metal. We want a 9/16 width with, well, let's pretend like it's 1 inch, or we can just call it 1/2 inch on the outside. That's our dimension we're going for. But with this scrap metal, it's not that. Anyway, that being said, moving forward. Now, first of all, in order to hold it steady, I would probably, if I wouldn't add it this way, I'd probably lose my lines and everything. And like I said, I like using the clamps to hold things steady while I bend it down. That's my way of doing things. And if I got a chance to use a clamp, I'm going to use a clamp. But the first thing, I don't have any way of clamping this down like this, in this shape, this way. So what I want to do is flip it back over like so. The same thing that we just did with that other piece of metal. Here we go. Now, I popped this out because I want to say thank you, Arco. Arco made this hammer, sent it to me. One heck of a cool gift. I really appreciate it. I really didn't want to use it because it's so darn nice. But I have used it a couple times. And, well, we're going to use it one more time right here. So, this bin's for you, Arco, and thank you for the hammer again. Go check him out. Outlaw Customs. Or Outlaw Edge is his YouTube channel, actually. And now we're getting ready to... Okay, like I said, I really don't want to mess up this hammer. I like looking at it. So we'll get back to the body hammer here, finish this off. And if you ever get a chance to see Arco's hammer collection, whew, he's got a hammer for everything. Except for nailing. If you nail with his hammers, he's ready to fight you. Of course, you wouldn't be nailing with his hammers. So anyway, we got that down pretty good. We have a good edge right there. Did that get bent up? It's only a little bit, but yeah. Now, we're going for our 9/16, what we'll call it, a channel. That's what we'll call it. We'll make it a 9/16 channel. C-clamp. It'll hold it down just fine. Now we have this lip to go up against there where we want it. Alright, so now that we have this edge made, we'll put it up against this edge of this anvil, and we will hold it down with these C-clamps and let's start shaping. See, that's what I was talking about, going at a motion like so to prevent, well, it's actually helping the metal move a lot easier than as opposed to straight on. Alright, so we have this back side all nice and set and flush, this top 9/16 all set and flush. Now it's time to make the other bend down here. And when we're done, we will have our 9/16 inch channel. Now another way, if you wanted to make a bigger channel, you can always add flat stock to this and make it, you know, bigger. But right now we're going for 9/16 channel. One time as a kid, I used a hammer holding it like this. And he said, if that was your hammer, is that how you'd hold it? And I said, yeah. He said, well, it's my hammer and I hold it down here. You got a lot more control holding it down here. Up here you don't have the control as you do back here. Just for what it's worth, that's what an old timer taught me. And I try to keep in mind every time I go to use a hammer, even though I slip up. Now I'm starting to hit direct on because I have my line lined up with the edge of the anvil. I know I'm on track. I'm trying to move it pretty much all I want to move it. Now I just want to flatten it. That's why I'm going straight on. It's just to flatten it. Pleased with that. Let's call that good. Get that off there. I'll show you the 9/16 track. Channel. Track. Whatever you want to call it. 9/16 channel. Track. Whatever you want to call it. Okay. So basically that's it. I don't need to make this video super long. You get the gist of it right there, like one of those. And like I said, this one has a little bit of roundness to it. If you wanted to use some round ones, get some roundness on the transport to metal, well, in my case, I would clamp it down and go at it. Because holding it in place, hammering it, there's just too much movement, you're going to be off course. Clamp it down, in my opinion, is the best way to go. I thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and I don't know, go eat a cheeseburger. See you on the next one.